Well, every July, over 1 million people gather in the town of Nijmegen, Netherlands, to be a part of the historical march and celebrate the city. And this year's celebration included one man from Lloydminster. Ryan Ferrens was selected as the Canadian Legion representative for the march in June and says that his experience was unlike anything he's ever seen before.
Better than expected, even. Yeah, everything. The march itself was unbelievable, and just seeing the country and how well received Canada is over there was, I knew we have a good reputation around the world, but in Holland especially after, our troops liberated them in World War II.
And because of Canada's role in liberating Holland, Canadians are considered special guests during the march, and Ryan told us about one experience that spoke to him about the importance of what happened after the Second World War.
I meet a man named William, and he told me his first memories when he was 4 years old and being liberated by the Canadians. And it was a parade, and he's kind of made it sound similar to how the Nijmegen March is, how people come out and say thank you and waving and everything like that.
Ryan adds that his feet are still sore, but he is more than willing to do it all over again. Well, the city of Lloydminster is set to celebrate Heritage Day this long weekend. Here's Heather Clegus with your details in this edition of What's Happening.
Coming up on Monday, they're celebrating Heritage Day here in the city of Lloydminster at the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre. Bring the family out Monday morning, 8 a.m. Start your day with the free pancake breakfast. Then they've got activities planned from 10 until 3. You can take a tour of the restored Rendell House. You can watch the antique tractor parade. There's going to be an opportunity to see different heritage demonstrations like bread baking, also a blacksmith demonstration. There's going to be horse-drawn wagons. There's going to be different kids' activities and a whole lot more. Admission for the activities will be by donation. So hopefully you can make it out to the Lloydminster Cultural and Science Centre on Monday. Reserve your tickets by Saturday so that you can be in on all the fun that is St. Walburg Polka Fest. Reserve your tickets by calling Marie at 306-248-3478 so that you're in for all the fun coming up on Saturday, August the 11th, with fantastic music to dance to. There's going to be great food as well, and all the proceeds are going to help out the St. Walburg Elks. This antique tractor reminds us of when times were a little bit simpler, and Shawn Mendes on his MTV Unplugged album, he takes some of the songs down to just an acoustic guitar, a simpler way, the way they got started. If you want to win a copy, it's really easy. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontests@newcap.ca. One of the hits on this album, There's Nothing Holding Me Back, so don't hold back, send that email right away. We want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the music. And the 4th annual Steak and Shrimp Fry in support of the Kitscotty Curling Rink is coming up on August 23rd, and Gord Bamford is going to be there. You can get your tickets now at Mason Agencies. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Clegus, and that's what's happening.
This is Newcap Sports.
Well, the Prairie have enjoyed a week off following their sweep of the competition at the Midget AA Provincial Championships and have some time to prepare for Westerns later this month. Josh Ryan has more on a squad that's disappointed after missing out on AAA again, but happy to take on the competition ahead.
Mixed emotions following the Pirates' 4-1 win over the Southeast Twins to win the Saskatchewan AA Championship explain the fairly muted reaction after winning.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. Obviously don't want to be here, but if we're going to be here, we may as well win it, so it feels good.
It always feels good to win, but when you know you should be competing at the next level, it's just not as satisfying as it should be.
Their performance in the final was a display of what they've been able to accomplish all weekend long. Almost error-free defense and timely hitting.
Just trying to get on base, have good at-bats against a pitcher that we just saw, so it was good to get on base and get something going.
They also received excellent pitching throughout the tournament, particularly from starter Jaden Gartner.
That was his best outing this year, but Gardner has shown up for the finals every time that we've asked on him.
While largely dominating the competition, a tight game with the host city provided a more intense atmosphere and an opportunity to shine for 3 Unity-based players.
They enjoyed it, they met it, and they rose above it.
They really wanted to beat them just because it's in their hometown,
and we were representing for them, so it was good to beat them and win it here for them.
Now heading into Westerns in a couple of weeks, the Pirates not only have this performance as confirmation of what they are capable of, but also that of the Saskatoon Giants, the team that eliminated them from AAA contention.
They made it to the final in AAA Provincial, so it kind of gives you an idea of how the playoffs is a whole new beast, and if you can make it into that top 8, then anybody's really got a shot.
Josh Ryan, Newcap Sports.
Well, another aspect being discussed at Ag in Motion was the various programs available to livestock producers. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow gets a sense of the optimism and concerns from the program coordinator.
Ag in Motion is now in its 4th year, and while there's certainly a lot on the grain side, there's also on the livestock side too.
The cattle are doing fairly well. The grass is good. It's not great, but the pasture is in good shape, and we are going to have some feed to put up, so we're not complaining too hard.
While Dylan Biggs is here to share his expertise in stress-free cattle handling, Saskatchewan producers are thrilled about the removal of the PST on livestock pricing.
This is a great news story for our producers because when the PST was added on, it's just an extra cost, for them. Now that that has been removed and as well as been reimbursed back to them, now we're back to, premiums as they were previously to that PST being tacked on.
Producers are also asking about any changes as the new Canadian Agriculture Partnership, or CAP, is being rolled out, but the backdrop of global trade and political issues are also hanging over their production efforts.
The Western Livestock Price Insurance Program was here to mitigate against, external noise that exists out there that producers cannot cannot manage. You and I as producers and everyone out there, there's, all we can do is manage our production to the best of our ability. Volatility is the most common word that we've heard for quite some time.
Putting the uncertainty of the politics and Mother Nature aside, insurance programs are there to help. There's also the market considerations and when to sell.
It's interesting to always hear, what every producer's thoughts are on and their future marketing plan. And, some of them are pretty mainstream. They kind of will market cattle at the same time every year. But then a year like this and last year where Mother Nature was not their favorite, they pulled cattle early.
There are also programs for feeder and finishing cattle that run all year long. Griffin urges producers to be on the website and watching the premium tables. Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.